teacher, I have to give tests. But before I do, I give the lessons. I teach what needs to be taught, explain the material in ways the students will understand it, give the students a chance to apply the lessons, and offer help where needed. We even review for the test the class before. The moment the students sit down for their test, my hands are tied. I've done all I can. It's now up to the students to show me what they know, what they have learned. All I can do is pray for them as they take the test. I have to be silent during the test. It breaks my heart when I see them making mistakes or forgetting that one simple rule. For example, working with circles. The students remember to complete the square to get the right formula, but then forget to change the signs when writing the center. But during the test, I cannot help. As much as I want to say, but the signs, I remain quiet. There are many people in the Bible who went through a test. Abraham and Isaac, one that would not have ended well if God hadn't have stepped in. On the way up to the mountain for the sacrifice of Isaac, God was silent. When Isaac was on the altar, God was silent. But the moment the test was over, God spoke. Abraham and Isaac passed their test. Job went through a test as well. Within a matter of hours, Job lost his wealth, livestock, servants, and children. Then his health was affected after that. Even though God was with him, he was silent. And yet again, Job passed the test. Not only did Job pass, he gained all that he had lost, plus some. But I'm thinking of one particular story, one person in particular, Jesus. His life was a study session. He was preparing for the ultimate test, the class final, you could say. But when Jesus was on the cross, God was silent. Jesus even said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?" Jesus had to complete the test on his own. All of his efforts were not in vain. All of the lessons he had learned came down to this one moment, the moment on the cross. But here's the thing. Although God was silent, he was still there. He had not forsaken Jesus. He was watching. His heart was hurting for his student, for his son. God believed Jesus would pass this test. But his heart still hurt because of the pain his son was going through. And we all know the outcome. Jesus aced the test, blew the curve, passed it with flying colors. There are many times we go through a test, a trial, and it seems God is silent, absent. But like any good teacher, he is watching with bated breath. He is there with his students, watching over them. The difference between our tests and trials and my students' tests is my students know when they will have a test. Very rarely do I even give them a pop quiz. We don't know when we will go through a trial. We are to be prepared. We are to constantly study for our exam. Be ready at any moment. But how? Bible study, prayer, helping others, living the life of a Christian, strengthening our faith with each quiz he gives. Through our preparation, we can be more prepared for a test. God may be silent, but he is still present. We can pass this test. Through our preparations, we have become equipped. Many times people will say God will not give us more than we can bear. I have not found this anywhere in the Bible. It is something easy to say that seems to provide comfort. But why give false hope? What we need to remember is that through each test, God gives us what we need during the lessons to strengthen us for the test. And each test helps you become stronger, which prepares you for the next one. But you are able to pass the test. Use the tools He has given you. Don't give up. And if you are fighting a battle right now, if you are taking that test, reach into your toolbox. Grab what you need. Remember that when God is silent, He is still there and will not leave you nor forsake you. Ace your exam. This is possible only by God's amazing grace. Today's verse comes from James chapter 1, verse 2. And it says, "Count it all joy, brethren, when you fall into diverse temptations." I chose the part that says, "Count it all joy," because when we go through our tests, our trials, our struggles, we count it as joy because it means that we were ready for the test. So today, when I hand lettered, I used a purple, a green, and a white. The purple and green are both metallic, and I did it on black cardstock paper. So, join me as I letter.